Soak them, salt them, stick them with a nail? It may sound strange, but we promise it will work wonders. Preheating your baking tray may seem like an extra step, but it can seriously elevate your baked potato game. Ovens often have hot and cool spots, and tossing cold potatoes onto a cold tray doesn't help. According to the Argus, placing your potatoes on a hot tray helps combat uneven heating by jump-starting the cooking process the moment they touch the surface. This simple technique offers multiple benefits. Not only does it help your potatoes cook more evenly, but it can also reduce the overall cooking time. A preheated tray begins transferring heat instantly, helping large potatoes soften inside while developing a crisp, golden skin on the outside. To do it, just place the tray in the oven during preheating so it reaches the full target temperature. One restaurant professional on Quora even noted that preheating pans enhances crust formation, whether you're baking bread or potatoes. For that irresistible texture and a quicker, more consistent cook, this is a trick worth adding to your routine. Overripe potatoes might be great for mashing, but they're not ideal for baking. According to Pure Wow, soft, shriveled potatoes have lost much of their moisture, resulting in a texture that won't bake well. When choosing potatoes for baking, texture is key, and overripe ones simply won't deliver the desired outcome. To determine if a potato is overripe, give it a gentle squeeze. Potatoes that are slightly soft with a few sprouts are still fine for baking, but if they're too soft, they've passed their prime. Foods Guy also points out that using mildly soft potatoes comes with risks. Aside from a subpar texture, they often lack the rich flavor that fresh potatoes offer, which can seriously affect the final result. For the best baked potatoes, it's always worth using fresh, firm spuds to get that perfect crisp skin and tender, flavorful interior. While you can bake any kind of potato, not all are created equal when it comes to achieving that ideal texture and flavor. Sure, all potatoes share similar traits, but if you're aiming for more than just edible, the variety you choose matters a lot. Some potatoes naturally lend themselves to a fluffy interior and crispy skin, while others fall flat. For top-tier baked potatoes, russets are the clear winners. Thanks to their high starch content, they produce a soft, airy center once cooked. Their thick, dry skin also crisps up beautifully in the oven, giving you that satisfying crunch. Baker Produce even notes their white skin turns a perfect golden brown when baked, an added bonus. On the other hand, avoid waxy red potatoes for baking. They stay too firm and don't soften properly under heat. And for even cooking, pick medium-sized potatoes of similar shape so they cook uniformly every time. If you've ever encountered black spots on your potatoes, you know they can be a bit off-putting. While these spots are technically safe to eat, they are a sign that the potato has been bruised or mishandled, causing dark blemishes to form on the skin. According to Home Cook World, these spots also indicate the release of bitter compounds into the flesh, which can affect the overall taste. To avoid compromising the flavor of your baked potato, it's best to cut away any bruised areas. If the spots appear after baking, simply scrape them off with a fork or knife. Another type of dark spot, commonly found in russet potatoes, is called a hollow heart. While the name might sound a little unsettling, it's just a harmless deformity and not a sign of anything unsafe. Just remove the dark section and the rest of the potato is good to go. Want your baked potatoes to rival those from your favorite steakhouse? Then don't skip the soak. A quick water bath can make a huge difference in taste and texture. One Redditor swears by it, and it turns out there's real science behind this trick. When potatoes soak in water, they absorb moisture that helps create a tender, fluffy interior during baking. But timing is everything. According to the food blog Blessed Beyond Crazy, you should keep the soak under 2 hours. Any longer, and the potatoes may become waterlogged, leading to a mushy texture and dull flavor. Once they've had a proper soak, drain and dry them thoroughly before continuing with your usual prep. The result? A baked potato that's crisp on the outside, light and airy on the inside. Everything you want in this classic comfort food. It's a small step that makes a big difference. When you're in a rush, cranking up the oven temperature to speed things up might seem tempting, especially if you're after that crispy skin. However, doing so can lead to disaster when baking potatoes. It's essential to stick to the right temperature for the best results. Taste Essence recommends baking medium-sized potatoes at 400 to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. Similarly, the Idaho Potato Commission suggests 400 degrees for about an hour. To ensure the perfect russet, the internal temperature should reach 210 degrees. If you increase the heat too much and reduce the baking time, you'll end up with a burnt outer skin and an undercooked center. Definitely not the result you're aiming for. Slow and steady is the way to go for a perfectly baked potato. Once your potatoes have finished soaking, don't rush to the oven just yet. There's a crucial step you can't afford to skip: drying. While it may seem minor, drying your potatoes thoroughly is essential if you want that signature crisp, golden brown skin. Moisture left on the surface creates steam during baking, which sabotages the crisping process and leaves you with limp, lackluster skins. According to Kitchen Seer, drying your potatoes after washing or soaking them is a must if you're aiming for perfect texture. One Reddit user even claims this is the ultimate secret to getting that crave-worthy crunch on the outside. The good news? Drying is easy. Grab some paper towels, a clean dishcloth, or whatever absorbent material you have on hand. Just make sure it's clean. Pat them down well, and then let the potatoes air dry for a few minutes to ensure any lingering moisture evaporates. This small but vital step could be what elevates your baked potatoes from basic to best in class. Don't skip it. Wrapping your potatoes in aluminum foil before baking might seem like a smart move, but it's actually a common mistake. While it's a popular method found in countless recipes online, it can ruin the texture of your spuds. The foil traps steam, essentially turning your baked potato into a steamed one, soft on the outside, with none of that satisfying crisp skin you're aiming for. Instead of enhancing your potato, the foil smothers it. You'll miss out on the rich, golden brown crust that forms when the skin is exposed directly to oven heat. The Idaho Potato Commission notes that foil is sometimes used to speed up cooking or retain warmth, but it's not ideal for baking perfection. If you need to keep your potatoes hot after baking, skip the foil and opt for a bread warmer or an insulated container. This way, you'll preserve the texture while keeping them toasty. For truly great baked potatoes, let them breathe in the oven. No foil required. If you've only been soaking your potatoes in plain water, it's time to level up. A bit of salt in the soaking water can transform your baked potato from good to exceptional. Not only does it help season the skin, but it also enhances the overall texture, giving you that perfectly crisp bite on the outside with a more flavorful, fluffy interior. It's a simple tweak that delivers big results. But there's more to this trick than taste alone. According to Boss the Kitchen, soaking potatoes in cold salt water also draws out acrylamide, a chemical compound that forms when starchy foods are exposed to high heat. The National Cancer Institute notes a potential link between acrylamide and cancer, so reducing its presence is a smart move. So, when prepping your next batch of spuds, toss a generous pinch of salt into the soaking water. It's an easy step that brings better taste and potential health benefits. We've all been there, craving a perfectly baked potato but short on time, wishing for a quick fix. While we can't offer a magic wand, we do have something pretty close: a potato nail. According to Spud Spikes, the product's blog, this clever kitchen tool can cut your baking time by up to 50%, depending on the size and type of potato. The concept is simple but effective. The metal nail conducts heat into the center of the potato, speeding up the cooking process while maintaining its structure. Chef Christian Fair compares the nail to a heat conductor, much like a lightning rod, channeling heat from the oven directly into the potato. This ensures a faster, more even cook and prevents those unpleasant hard spots. The best part? When the nail slides out easily, you'll know your potato is perfectly cooked and ready to serve, faster than you could have imagined. Few things are more disappointing than pulling your baked potato out of the oven only to discover it's still firm in the center. Even if you've given it plenty of time, sometimes the oven alone doesn't cut it, especially if the temperature isn't quite high enough to soften the interior effectively. Luckily, there's a simple trick that can help. Give your potatoes a head start in the microwave. According to Boss the Kitchen, microwaving your potato for 3 to 4 minutes per side before baking helps ensure the inside gets perfectly tender. This brief pre-cook softens the flesh without compromising the end result. While it's tempting to rely on the microwave alone for speed, doing so often leads to rubbery skin and a lackluster flavor. Instead, pop your potatoes in the microwave while the oven preheats. Once they've had their warm-up, transfer them to the oven to finish baking. This method not only improves texture and flavor, but also cuts down total cooking time, ideal for busy nights when you want that crispy-skinned, fluffy-centered perfection in less time. Don't underestimate the power of a proper preheat when baking potatoes. It's one of the easiest ways to improve both taste and texture. Throwing potatoes into an oven that hasn't reached the right temperature can lead to uneven cooking, dull flavor, and an underwhelming result. As Food 52 points out, both time and temperature are crucial to achieving that ideal balance of crispy skin and fluffy interior. Most baked potato recipes call for an oven temperature between 425 and 450 degrees Fahrenheit, with a total cook time of about an hour. Starting with a fully preheated oven ensures your potatoes bake evenly from the get-go and can even shorten the overall time they need to cook. Preheating also gives you a great chance to verify your oven's accuracy. Use an oven thermometer to make sure the internal temperature matches the display. If it's off, adjusting accordingly can make a world of difference. A little patience up front can pay off with perfect potatoes every time. Forgetting to pierce your potato before baking might not seem like a big deal until it suddenly is. When heat builds up inside the potato, the trapped steam has nowhere to go, and that pressure can cause it to burst open with a loud pop. It's a mess you definitely don't want mid-meal prep. Poking a few holes in your potato with a fork allows steam to escape safely while it cooks, keeping both your oven and your nerves intact. While actual explosions are rare, it's a risk not worth taking, especially when the fix is so simple. According to Food 52, the high water content in potatoes means steam naturally builds during cooking. Without ventilation, the skin holds it in like a pressure cooker. Microwaving makes this even more likely, so always give your spuds a quick poke, whether they're headed for the microwave or the oven. It's a small step with big payoff.